So you first want to open the overhead panel by right-clicking on the compass. Turn the battery on, emergency power armed, and external power on. Now you want to turn arm emergency lights, turn nav light on, and put all 3 INS switches to nav. Now open the FMC, click on FMC 1, flight plan initialization. So now we're going to enter our destination and arrival airport. So KSAN / PHNL. Line selected here. Press on return to flight plan initialization. Click on initialize IRS. Now enter cruising altitude, flight level 340, and our cost index, say 80. Now click on the page button and click here to enter automatically gross weight, 0 fuel weight, etc. And on the fuel initialization page, everything is already entered. So now click on flight plan. We're going to enter our flight plan. So our first waypoint is SXC. Go ahead and enter that, and enter all the other ones. Now we're going to enter the airways that are on the flight plan. So for example, to enter the airway R576 between DUETS and DIALO waypoints, we're going to click on the DUETS waypoint, click on airways, enter the airway R576 into VIA, and enter DIALO in the to section up here, and then click on insert, and do that for the other waypoints, and you can see that it's added this DADY waypoint. So now we're going to do the same between DIALO and DRAYK. So click on DIALO, enter R576, no, sorry, airways first, R576, DRAYK, insert. Okay, now we're gonna select our SID, so let's go back up to San Diego KSAN. So click on that line, click on SID. The SID we're flying today is Pebble 3 with SXC as transition, and we'll be departing runway 27. So insert that in the flight plan, and we're done entering our flight plan. Now we're just gonna enter our flap takeoff configuration, 22 degrees. There's no wind, and outside air temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. So now we're gonna click on the V1, V-rotate, V2 line to select those speeds, and they appear right here. We're just gonna remember our trim settings 5.4 because we're gonna have to enter them in a few moments. So we're done with the FMC for now. Now we're gonna configure the FCP flight control panel. So get your mouse about here and click right to get the whole autopilot display. Just want to make sure the speed is set to a speed lower or equal to 250 knots. I'm going to enter 8,000 feet in the altitude sector, and enter runway heading of 273 degrees. Okay, we can close this, and now click on this button, right click on this headset picture right here, and now we're gonna take care of the TCAS system and set it to RATA, and we should be doing the transponder settings too, but as we're not using ATC, we're not gonna configure it. But if you want to enter any code, just click on those buttons and it's gonna appear right here. So we can close this, and we're gonna turn the APU on now. So go to the overhead panel, start the APU, and you need to wait for it to power up. The APU is now on, turns on automatically. We can turn APU bleed air on right here, and you're gonna hear the packs going on, and we can turn external power off. So we're done with the overhead panel. Now we just wanna enter the QNH, San Diego's QNH of 2993. So just use this button and it appears right here, 2993, and we're done with the cockpit preparation. Okay, so we can start the before start procedures. We're gonna first turn, okay, seatbelt signs. Seatbelt sign is already turned on, so we can open the pedestal and select the 22 in the flap takeoff selector. So basically, when you're gonna put your flaps down for takeoff, as soon as the flap lever gets in here, it's automatically gonna be set to 22 degrees. And now we're gonna give the plane some hydraulic pressure. So open the overhead panel, click on auxiliary pump 1. Now open the ACAS panel, click on configuration, and right here is your trim settings. So we turn hydraulic pressure on to be able to move the stabilizer. So now we're gonna enter our takeoff trim setting, which is 5.4. I'm going to turn beacon light on, and we're ready for pushback.